Hello guys, welcome back once again to this new tarot reading. Um this is the third time that I actually do a reading for this subject for JYP and Stray Kids member dynamics relationship reading. So I'm a little bit upset because somehow the other readings didn't come out. So this is my third and last try. Nevertheless, I want to point out that sometimes when readings don't come out on when some accident, quote unquote, accident or difficulty comes, it's because probably one of the parts involved doesn't want me to read for them. So I have the feeling that I don't want you to get superstitious or anything, and maybe you can choose to believe it or not. Like I always say, keep an open mind. But I have the feeling that somehow JYP is very energetically or spiritually protected. Somehow, maybe he has some people working for him when it comes to some spiritual, energetic protection when it comes to his person or his energy or his aura. Because I cannot believe that this came out, that I failed so much times for to deliver this reading. So let's go straight to the point. What I wanted to say is that I was looking for his birth chart, and I found out that he wasn't a Capricorn, that he was actually a Sagittarius with a moon in Libra. So I'm really sorry for the times that I refer to him as a Capricorn. But he does have like cardinal energies because Libra is a cardinal sign as well as Capricorn. So it's like the leader vibes, it's in his energy actually. So let's begin with the cards that came out for this. I placed him on the left and Stray Kids members on the right. So he got the Ace of Swords, the Four of Swords, the King of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. So what I can see from here is that there were people that were actually telling me that he is no longer the CEO of the company. But I have the feeling that he might have some kind of huge influence still, that he's still pulling the strings for all the decisions, or at least the important decisions are made. I think that he's on some kind of break or some kind of vacation, because I see this Four of Swords here and I see him like physically resting. So probably he's absent from the company, or uh, he's not going to the building, for example, he's not present. But nevertheless, I see him very connected, in the sense that I see him like exchanging emails, like texting people, like asking for some kind of reports about how the group is doing, about the activities they are engaging themselves in. So I have the feeling that even though he may not be present, he is well informed about every move they make, and he is really in this position of being really in control when it comes to the boys. There's something, like I said in the private reading that I did for the group. He definitely is very interested in maintaining the control over the group. So I don't know why he's holding on so tight to them. Probably for me, it's like he's holding on maybe too tight, like he's been really rigid and very strict somehow, a bit cold also towards them. So I don't know why, because like it's like he feels he is a free spirit, and like I said, there's something about his energy that I don't buy. That there's a duality to him, that actually he's not that cool and nice man that he appeared to be. Like he portrays or he plays this character of being really, I mean, he has this very high vision of himself as being this very neutral, this very fair person, that he is someone that considerate others and that he is very understanding, which actually I don't see it that way. I see him a bit like very sharp but also very cold and very distant. Like he's really good with words, and of course he can convince you because he's very knowledgeable and he knows the industry, so he's really good with words. I have the feeling that he also likes to talk too much. So maybe if you engage in a conversation with him, it's all going to be about him and his personal accomplishments. And he actually, I don't see him like being actually a good listener. I have the feeling that he thinks he's a good listener, but I have the feeling that he will listen to you in the same amount of, I mean, he will give attention to you in the same amount of attention that you bring to him. So it's like eventually he will pay attention to you and to what you request, but at the end it all comes back to him. So if you want to get along with him, you have to praise him and you have to remind him that he's amazing or something like that, because he loves that. And also, I have the feeling that he is very superficial at the same time. I think that he sometimes he does have an eye for talent. He knows how to pick people that are very talented, that have a lot of skills, but at the same time, he's very superficial in the sense that sometimes he can be a bit, he can be, he can tend to have favoritism, especially against especially for the visuals of the group, because he loves pretty faces, to be honest. He loves pretty faces. So maybe he will be a bit more permissive with the visuals of the group, or with the ones that he considers that are the most popular or the most handsome, and actually to the ones that maybe are the ones that are doing most of the work. To these members he is the most strict to them, and it's like he's always pushing them and asking them to do better, and actually he doesn't recognize that they are doing better. But he loves to praise the beautiful people in the group. Um, so, and with these seven of Pentacles here, I'm sorry, these six of Pentacles here, I have the feeling that he have, in his point of view, he is giving stray kids everything that they deserve and need. That he's been fair to them. That everything that he's been given to them when it comes to opportunities, or when it comes to actually the training and everything financially that they needed, he feels really proud of himself, in the sense that he thinks that he has given the boys um, a lot of opportunities, or that he had been really generous to them by giving them the opportunity. So, and actually, I think he's actually really cheap, in the sense that I don't see him as generous at all. I think that everything he does, he's like someone that he wants to look generous in the eyes of others, but at the end he will always be reminding you of the time he gave you something. So he's always like asking for recognition, but like always, every little thing he does for you, he asks for the receipt, in the sense that you have to praise him, you have to remind him that he is almighty, that he is amazing. In the case of how the boys view JYP, they got the Seven of Pentacles, the Justice, the Eight of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles. So I think that they are very patient when it comes to the company, and about how JYP manage things. I think that there had been some kind of promise that he made to them, that they are still waiting for him to keep his word. So I don't know if maybe they are waiting for him to provide them with something, or maybe to help them with something that they really wish they could achieve for themselves. But they are not seeing the results yet. They are waiting patiently to see a kind of development in this relationship with him, but they are not seeing actions yet from JYP. But I have the feeling that it's something that he promised to them, that they would have it. It's not like they are hoping, or they are like imagining that they would get something from him. No, he actually made a promise. So this is why they are waiting. And here with the justice card, I have the feeling that they do have, or at least at beginning they used to have uh this image of JYP being really fair, of being really um being a person of justice, someone that considers others, someone that is neutral, someone that makes the right decision. So they somehow put him in a pedestal, and that they actually bought this image of him. They definitely respect him. There's also a bit of fear, so they is like respect him and fear him at the same time. um but they do like buy this perception that he gives to others, about being fair. um and actually I say this image because I don't see them like interacting with JYP. Like I'm talking about the beginning, from maybe not now, but when he was present. Um I see him like actually like having meetings with maybe two members or three members of the group. With these people, with these members, he did have meetings. He did talk to these members, but these members were selected to be like the spokesperson for the group. So it's not like he met all of them. He just, for, I mean, for important, or maybe for an important feedback, he likes to talk probably to the leader of the group, and then to the other figure that it's influential, that he considers influential in the group. And he talks to them, and it's like he gives them guidelines, and then these members have to like to pass that information on to the other members. um because I don't see JYP like having like this very close relationship with them. I think that he only goes to see them when he wants to see how the process is going. But nowadays I don't see him like interacting with them anymore. But maybe at the beginning he was like trying to monitor their performances, or their um how they were, their advances, if they had any kind of like advances when it comes to their training process. And with this Eight of Cups here and the Page of Pentacles, I have the feeling that somehow they are moving away, or they are like slowly like seeing the image that they had for JYP as this very justice person, as this very like noble person, as this very like righteous person. I think that they are like slowly starting to see things for the way they are. um Especially because they don't have like a strong connection with JYP. I think that like I said, JYP is really good at talking about himself, so he somehow thinks that whenever he opens his mouth and start talking about everything he had accomplished, that somehow he is a good leader, and that he is passing on knowledge and experience and like motivation to the group. But actually what these kids actually need and want is a special connection, like an emotional connection with him. And it's not that they are asking him, or that is necessary for JYP to be their father or to act like a father figure, but I have the feeling that it's like any of the adults, none of the adults that are in the company are actually being supportive or are actually bringing the boys this comfort or this supportive and emotional connection. And I think that they definitely do need it, because some of them, of course, are more independent than the others, but at the end of the day, they are all young men, and they are all transiting this, like trying to adapt to the pressure, trying to adapt to all the changes, trying to adapt to all the new challenges. So they are trying their best in body and soul to be the best version of themselves, but somehow they feel lost because they don't have this emotional correspondency. They sometimes they feel lost, they feel lonely, they feel like nobody listens to them, and actually I dare to say that everything that they have accomplished so far is thanks to the group, and it's thanks to each other, and it's thanks that they have each other. Um, I see like the members comforting each other. So I think that I don't see like other, like, I don't know, managers or staff. I don't see them like coming to the voice and being like, okay, what do you need? Do you want to talk about it? No, I see them like supporting each other emotionally. And it's very touching because actually they are very young, and sometimes they don't even know how to handle their own emotions because they are young. And sometimes it's not about being young or old. Sometimes you can be really old and actually not knowing how to handle or how to talk about emotions. But despite of them not knowing how to handle emotional things, they are there for each other, and they try to be supportive in the best awkward way that they can. So I think that that's really admiring. It's very sweet also, but this is very important for us to have in common, in mind right now, that everything that they are doing and everything that they are overcoming, they are doing it because of the strength of the group, because of the unity of the group, as people, as not as member, as human people, as human and as people. So then, as the overall energy, we have the Ten of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the Six of Cups. So I don't know why, but I see Hyunjin here with this Page of Swords here. I don't know what is it, but I think that definitely JYP was a bit. No, he wasn't a bit. He was very upset when he found out about these potential rumors that he couldn't stop about Hyunjin. Especially, he wasn't upset about the rumor itself. He was upset about not having Hyunjin, and actually, like, not having to, that Hyunjin had to go into hiatus. Is it how it's pronounced? I don't know. Because of this, so he felt like he lost money and he lost opportunities. So maybe he had a few gigs or side jobs for Hyunjin, especially when it came to maybe emceeing or maybe modeling or maybe possibly making some special appearance or some kind working for a brand. something was about that they were like already asking for Hyunjin, and he had kind of signed a contract, and all of a sudden this happened, and it's like he couldn't use Hyunjin for publicity, so at least his image. So he was very upset about it. I don't think he was upset because of the situation. I think he was upset because he was losing money. Um, and because it's like he wants to use the the popularity. He wanted to use the popularity of someone that he considers that that his image can be influential, in the sense of maybe I know Hyunjin probably is, I know, I don't know who is the visual in Stray Kids, but what I mean by this is that he wanted to make money out of the popularity and the handsomeness of certain members, especially those who could be a potential model or something like that, that they could like promote to work for say, certain brands, and also at the same time helping the group's popularity. And I think that he knew that Hyunjin was this very popular member, so he from my point of view, they are all popular. But well, in the case of JYP, I have the feeling that he had already signed something, or he had like made a deal with someone about Hyunjin, like maybe promoting him, or trying to get him into, I don't know, like an acting gig or something like that. And suddenly when this happened, he was like really upset. Because he was like, oh, I'm losing money here. We have a lot of opportunities, and suddenly I cannot do it. So I think that this also has to do with the fact that he is a bit strict now, or he is a bit controlling when it comes to the group, or at least the remaining members. Is because there's a part of him that actually he's been passive aggressive, in the sense that he's trying to look like he's unaffected, like this situation doesn't affect him, but actually inside he's really upset, and he's really like he's not happy about it. He's not happy. This is not what he wanted for the group. So now he feels like they are like starting from scratch again. And actually this is why I don't understand this man, because I don't see it that way. um I think that from what at least from my perception and what I could see in Kingdom, I have seen the members really working together and trying to build their own strengths and their own strategies, and they really gave it their all to keep providing for a good show and performance. And I'm really happy that, for example, I don't want to sound biased, but my bias is Lino, and I realized that now he has more screen time, and I'm really happy about it. So I know this has nothing to do with the reading, but what I'm trying to say is that maybe the fact that Hyunjin is not present right now, it gives them the opportunity to work with other members, that if this situation didn't happen, this member wouldn't have the potential to be more flexible when it comes to the roles, or the roles that were like settled for them. So I think that this this kind of situation always makes the group stronger, in the sense that it allows them to work with what they have, instead of being like, oh yes, we have one missing member, or we have 80s also has a missing member. Well, the members of B2B, I mean, they are all missing a member somehow. Some people, some groups probably will never have that member back. So this, like I was saying, like I always say when I talk about these groups in particular, when a member is absent, it's really hard for the group. And it's not just about, oh, because this group had this special spot here, so now that he's not here, we have to cover for him. It's not about that. It's an emotional kind of void, an emotional kind of loss. And I see here with the Six of Cups at the end that they definitely miss Hyunjin. They miss him. I know that they probably talk with him. I'm not saying that they are far away, but they definitely miss him and they want him back. Uh, but they are trying their best. This is the where I was going with this. That despite of them actually missing him, they are doing their best in the name of the group. So I think that sometimes this means that this is about working with what you got instead of being like really sorry and being crying all over the place and being like, oh, I don't have this, I'm lacking at this, I don't feel confident, I am afraid I will make it. They just keep going despite of the odds. So this is the learning process of them, and also it will help them to mature as a group as well. So this is what I wanted to resume this reading here and end this reading here. I hope that you can receive it because I had issues before, so I don't know if you're going to get this. But my overall thinking about this is that everything that they are going through right now and everything that they are building together is because of them. Actually, JYP, I see him that JYP actually he is like he is too much into himself as a person, as a man. So I don't think that there's a connection actually with the group. He sees them more like yes, that he has to keep an eye on them, that like he has to like observe them, but he's not that into them. He's more worried about his own money and his own assets. So I don't see like he is what matters here. So this is what I saw for the group and JYP. So if you like it, please give it a like, and if you have some kind of feedback that you want to give me, I please be respectful, and I appreciate your support always. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.